Hunt and chucks footballs. Okay. So this one's just timing based, really. You gotta wait for the football. It's also good to note that this is ran off of a global timer. And what that means is that there's a timer constantly going on even when the game is paused, even when you're out at the overworld. It's sort of crazy, and you can actually manipulate things that are ran off of a global timer. So, do you see how the two footballs got kicked out much quicker versus this right here? Because the timer was still running. Which, yeah, you don't normally have to manipulate that, and if you do, it's normally something cheese related. But feel free to learn how to do that if you want. The dreaded double shell jump. If you struggle with shell jumps, go back and practice the normal one, then come back when you feel more comfortable. So the red shell here is, really the shells are placed in like specific spots on purpose. So the red shell is placed right there because it's like the perfect spot next to the wall. And the blue shell here, it really doesn't matter. All you need to know is that you're gonna jump and you're gonna throw it upwards, and then you need to catch that shell after doing a normal shell jump. And this is something that's way easier said than done. One of the major mistakes that I see beginners do is that they don't hold jump the entire time whenever they're doing the shell jump. And that's like a really, really big no-no. What you want to do is pretty much always be holding B the entire time when you're doing this. If you're not, then it's just gonna look like this. You're gonna be like... Mario's gonna be dropping much quicker, and it's just, it's not what you want in terms of a shell jump like this. The entire point is you're trying to make it up something, you're not trying to keep Mario as low as possible. And that's what you would do if you're trying to stay as low as possible. You would be letting go of B. So let's go ahead, there we go. Ganked up Sumo Bros. Okay, so more or less, the Sumo Brother, like, has a really odd movement whenever he falls off the, whenever he falls off the ledge. You just want to time this right, and probably the best way to time that is to use some form of visual cue. What I did there was the moment that I saw him start to move, I jumped, and then I just moved Mario over and just aimed for his head. Really, just learn to use visual cues on anything that deals with an enemy dropping off of a ledge and you have to land on them. They're gonna be your best friend. Underwater fishing boot. This one is a pain in the butt. So there are a couple things you'll want to know about this. These can be a pain in the butt because they have different patterns that they can be working with. A example of a good pattern is this, where he is like doing some really wide turns and is going like across maybe 5 or 6 tiles. A bad pattern would end up being where he's like barely doing any kind of wide turns, and you'll notice that his fireball or little fire at the end of his rod is like stuck in basically 1 or 2 tiles. So you basically don't have a lot of wiggle room to be able to get around him. Let's see if we can come up with a bad one. So like this. Oh, no, there it goes. So that's like a decent pattern right there. We should be able to just like place it right here, and you'll notice he's just not able to hit me because it's just it's a better pattern that you want to work with. So try and get stuff like this. See, right there, bad pattern. That's also a bad pattern. Oof. There we go. Much better pattern. He's sort of swooping back and forth. Midair Thwimp. So this is somewhat difficult, but it's not that bad. Thwimp's going to be falling from the sky, and what you want to do is pick up as much speed as possible, and then spin jump at it, and then sort of do a left, right, and then move Mario onto it. So just like this. Just like that. And it's also good to note that if you miss it, you don't have to unalive Mario. Because you think, oh no, what happened? Is he gonna respawn? Yeah, if you just go all the way back, he's gonna respawn. Whee! Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Boom. There we go. Slippery moles. So what we have here are mega moles, but they're ice, so it's really easy to slide off of them. I find myself jumping a lot while I'm on them, because, well, it's hard to slip off of something if you're not standing on it. But yeah, that's sort of just me. There at the end, you want to time the mega mole jump a little better than that for sure. So, there we go. Easy every time. Just kidding, that'll probably take a little bit to get used to, because mega moles are the worst, and so are ice levels. The go around. So this is something that I really haven't seen in any hacks, but you just spin jump on that, go all the way over. You want to hit the turn block, throw that upwards, and then you should by now know if you throw up an item and then grab a vine and then grab the item after that, you should be able to carry it upwards. That's really all that is. There's not much that I can tell you other than good luck. The falling spike. So this is sort of like the midair thwimp, but you have to actually cause this one to fall down. So jump out at it. Do a bit of a spin jump, and this can be difficult because you're sort of having to do the jump, and then you have to react really quickly to jump onto the spike, so it may take a little bit of time, but come up with that visual cue, and you got it, I promise. Janky falling platforms. So what we have here are platforms that are going to fall really, really quickly when Mario lands on them. So what you want to do is try and land somewhere in the middle, and not so much on the edge, because it's easier to fall off the edge and make mistakes. So jump on it. Ooh. I'll sometimes run with the platform. I guess it sort of depends on the situation and how it's going. Sometimes the platform will just take you right where you need to go. Other times you may have to run on the platform to get a little bit more speed to make the jump.